Our mission is to raise the entire vibrational quality of the planet. What this means is that it is a united effort, and many souls all over and within the planet are being introduced to our work. A gigantic problem with which you are faced in making the transition into the new age indeed is underestimated by most souls in embodiment on Earth. There is no way that you could do this yourselves in the present situation and state of mind that the planet is experiencing. There is no way that you could survive and bring the beloved Terra to her destiny and the dignity that she deserves. So we are here to usher in the volumes of love and light that are necessary to birth the soul of the new age. In order to do this with all the proper respect, the Earth inhabitants must be reacquainted with their birthright. That right is knowing and experiencing the God Self. That is our curriculum. That is the plan. The way we are managing to bring the new awareness to your planet is through education, medicine, healing, the arts, and entertainment. These are just a few of the areas. For just as your educational system prepares you in many disciplines for fulfilling productive life, so must we educate the masses in a multidisciplinary fashion. Therefore, the information is being received and shared by many, and it is the Earth inhabitants who are sharing and transforming the information. There is only one curriculum, that is the curriculum of God, and the understanding that this is the only force there is that sustains all of life. As soon as more souls understand this and truly anchor it into their consciousness, then the volume and intensity of light on the planet will be raised. There are many forms being used that represent our contacts with selected individuals in the world. One of the ways is to send information in written form. Often these documents, or letters, if you will, have been manifested for the selected to read. In many cases we have found that the response to our requests has been met with curiosity and astonishment, but with little acceptance. It seems that the human mind is not easily impressed, even with an example of power that is beyond a soul's present capability. There is a freedom in this kind of spirit, but one that must be watched carefully, for it is our observation that if one does not open up a mind to learning new things, or at least respecting them, that one can close down important avenues for the growth of a civilization. In a second instance, we have appeared physically to our contactees. There are always those who are indeed curious and heartfelt and wish the communications to continue. In many cases, those who make the decisions to continue communicating with us are not the same as those who welcome us from the heart. We see the vibrational frequency and disparity between the individuals whom we contact, and we can know from the inside level which are the ones to truly make the commitments and decisions. Another form of communication involves transporting souls aboard our ships. We have done this upon numerous occasions. In this manner of communication, a soul is never taken aboard who has not first given us permission to do so in its etheric state of existence. This is the purest form of communication, and that is the one on which we rely the most. This is the true sense of telepathic communication, and this is also the form in which we can communicate with the highest level of a soul's involvement. Another form of communication involves those souls of alien origin on the planet Earth who look predominantly like humans and who live among the individuals from Earth. This is a form of communication that we readily rely upon, where these individuals are our primary contacts for the work that we have to do on an active level. We can see and hear these individuals on a moment-by-moment level, and we work with them in both the telepathic and physical forms. This is the channel for our deliverance. Another form of communication involves only the telepathic. We can send messages and communicate to many, even though they are not linked directly to our soul's source of nourishment for our mission. We can send messages and are capable of receiving the total mass of consciousness that the inhabitants of Earth are collectively producing. We also know how to filter these messages and to take only that which we need for communication. Another form of communication comes in the dream state of individuals. In this state, we have access to the etheric forms of consciousness. This, again, is one of the purest forms of communication. This is also the form of communication from which no soul on earth is exempt. So in reality, it is important to note that all souls on earth are in the same form of communication with us. In this dream form, we have access to the oneness state, which is the reason that we are here. In this state of being, we also can help our sisters and brothers increase their own vibrational quality and see the direction of the future that awaits them. We are thanked the most in this form of communication. Therefore, we naturally do enjoy this state of communication somewhat more than the others. We have other ways to communicate, but these are the most common. We have come to Earth because we have been asked to assist in the planet's birthing process into the new age. The cry for assistance went forth into the universe from the ascended masters, angels, and celestial beings who come to this part of the galaxy to help our brothers and sisters of Earth to move through the window of space and into the fifth dimension. This process is the most difficult one for any civilization that is increasing its vibrations to assume a speed closer to that of light. We are here out of love and kinship for our celestial colleagues. This transitional period through which the Earth is now passing is unlike any that has ever been experienced in the records of the beloved Terra. It will be another 26,000 years before the planet again has the opportunity to assume the strength and position that it will soon experience in the new age. In this time of tremendous struggle, all of our old systems of a lower vibrational nature are crumbling, and new systems of light and higher sound vibrations are developing to replace them. What this means is that all structures that were built upon the work of mortals who had the desire to be separate or unloving will now come to an end. Replacing these structures will be only those systems that vibrate on the fifth ray or higher. Fifth ray is the energy vortex of the throat area. It vibrates at the same frequency as the color blue. It represents the speaking of truth. This frequency will expose all the individuals and institutions that have been established on the foundations of untruth, for these cannot be sustained in the higher frequency of light energy. The white light will assume the position of authority in this new age. And through this frequency will come vibrations of truth, love, and surrender to the higher purpose of life and to the spirit of oneness and the all. The fifth ray is the color of the rainbow that assumes the fifth position. It is also the same vibrational rate as the note of G. The two of these combined are a powerful tool for combating the lies and deceitfulness that have too long been sustained on this planet. We have been channeling a frequency to Earth that is of this nature and higher. This higher frequency has been absorbed by individuals on the planet, and the consciousness of many souls has been affected by this frequency. Some of the results that have been experienced are: 1. Many individuals are longing to expose the lies that have been smoldering and contaminating societies for centuries. Those characters who are harboring thoughts, emotions, and actions of a lower nature are being sought out and detected. In this process, the exposure occurs. 2. Humankind is just beginning to feel a shift of consciousness resulting in a happier condition. This state of being is manifested in a letting go attitude, or the feeling of not being attached to the negative emotions. Individuals of higher states of consciousness are beginning to separate themselves from those individuals of lower more angry states.